You are now watching Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times!
What's going on, horror movie fanatics? Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. If you have not done so already, please shoot this video a like. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. As well as if you're a new viewer to this channel, please shoot that subscribe button as well as that notification icon so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about Sci-Fi Wire's interview with original screenwriter Kevin Williamson as he sits down with them to talk about Scream 6. And in an article published by Sci-Fi Wire's John Weiss, the caption reads, Kevin Williamson teases Scream 6 as a fresh reinvention as meta-slasher franchise takes Manhattan. So I have the article here pulled up, so let's dig into it. And the article reads, Kevin Williamson can't heap enough praise on the sixth installment in the Scream franchise he and Wes Craven birthed nearly 30 years ago. In fact, he's absolutely floored with how well it turned out. After all these years, Ghostface, the iconic and knife-wielding maniac of the meta property that breathed new life into the dying slasher genre as it slowly bled out, is headed for their biggest kill zone yet, New York City. 4 survivors of the Woodsboro Massacre head for the island of Manhattan, hoping to leave all the violence in the past, only to find that it's followed them to the crowded and bustling streets of a metropolitan hub known for its sleepless nature. It doesn't feel like Part 6. It feels like you're watching this big, huge, fresh reinvention, Williamson, who returns as an executive producer on Scream 6, tells Sci-Fi Wire during a larger discussion about his COVID-19 horror flick, Sick, streaming on Peacock tomorrow. I love it. I've watched the movie with a big smile on my face. I think it's everything and more, and going to New York was awesome. The movie feels new, it feels fresh, and it feels like a new movie. A fast-track follow-up to last year's well-received soft reboot simply titled Scream, the upcoming film hailing from Paramount Pictures, Spyglass Media Group, and Project X Entertainment was once again written by the duo of James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick. Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette, 2 members of the filmmaking collection known as Radio Silence, are back as co-directors. Radio Silence is amazing. They are the perfect people to take the torch, Williamson concludes. I love Scream 6. It's really good. It's great. There's no way around it. I am very happy with how it turned out. I really do have all that enthusiasm for it. I'm really excited. Okay everyone, so now I'm going to break down Kevin Williamson's comments from this interview with Sci-Fi Wire. Now, I do think it is a big positive sign that Kevin Williamson has this much enthusiasm for Scream 6. I think this is what a lot of fans wanted, to hear. He said that it feels like a whole new movie, that it feels reinvigorating, all that stuff. And this is something that we said that Radio Silence had to do with Scream 6. They had to put their imprint on this franchise. They had to make Scream 6 stand out as its own film, that this is a Radio Silence movie, and get out of the shadow of Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson. And according to what Kevin Williamson's saying, it seems like they have kind of done that and then some, according to him. So it's a positive sign. But I also want to, not to rain on the parade, I just want everybody to keep in mind that Kevin Williamson is an executive producer, as it did state in the article, for Scream 6, and it is kind of his job to hype up the movie. Just like all the others, Radio Silence, Paramount, it's all their job, to advertise this movie and to hype it up so that we part ways with our hard-earned money to go spend a ticket and go put our butts in the movie theaters. So I'm not saying that his comments aren't genuine. I definitely do think that his comments are genuine, and I believe that he's telling the truth in what he's saying. I just want everybody to keep that in mind, because just because he's enthusiastic about Scream 6, that doesn't mean us the fans are. We could go into this movie and not like anything that they put out in this movie. So I just wanted to point that out. Now let's get on to the reinventing and the feeling like a new movie Well, what that tells me is that they're going to obviously be doing some things that we possibly have never seen in a Scream franchise before. You know, certain things like, you know, seeing Ghostface use a shotgun. Never seen that before. We got that leaked image. The possibility of a Ghostface cult. We do know that this is something that Kevin Williamson actually came up with himself for Scream 3, and that for unfortunate reasons, unfortunate real life reasons, that script got scrapped. So in terms of Kevin Williamson saying he smiled throughout the whole movie, that it delivered, you know, for everything and then some and then more than what he expected, I do want to say that I believe that he's kind of hinting that we got a Ghostface cult in this film, which is why he was smiling throughout the entire movie, at least in my opinion, because, I mean, let's really be honest. He would be smiling throughout this whole movie if that is the case, because this was his invention. This is what he created, and now he is seeing radio silence bring that into their iteration of Scream, but put their spin on it. So when I see these comments and when I see him say, oh, I smiled throughout the whole movie, it feels fresh, it feels reinvigorating, it feels like a whole new movie. Well, what that tells me is that they are definitely going to be doing things that we have never seen in the Scream franchise. And the number one thing that a lot of fans want to see that has never been done in the Scream franchise is more than 2 Ghostface killers in a movie. So I definitely think that his comments, even though they're not 100% telling, I do think that to some degree they are hinting at that, especially in terms of, you know, the reinvigoration, and it feels like a new movie. It feels like something fresh. You know, another thing to touch on with this, it feels like a whole new movie, and what it could mean for the storyline is that we could potentially be taking a scale back in terms of Samantha Carpenter's story arc, in terms of deeply going into her background and all that stuff. That actually might be saved for Scream 7, which in my opinion, if Scream 7 is going to go back to Woodsboro like I believe it is, it would make a little bit more sense for them to start unpacking more of Samantha's, you know, backstory, that 5-year time gap, and all these other things that we wonder about Samantha Carpenter. I think that these comments that Kevin Williamson said, that Scream 6 feels like a whole new movie, is kind of a hint that we are going to take a scale back from the deep storytelling that we kind of got in Scream 5, and that we're going to take a scale back from that in Scream 6 and maybe revisit that in Scream 7, and Scream 6 is going to stand alone in terms of storytelling and what it's trying to do and what it's trying to accomplish. The last thing I want to talk about in this video is this shot that we got from Scream's official Twitter page, and it is a shot from the bodega scene in the movie. We see Melissa Barrera in the top left corner, Jenna Ortega and Radio Silence taking a selfie, and we know this is the bodega because we got that leaked photo of Ghostface in the bodega scene, and we also know that via leaks that we are going to be getting a scene in this movie where we see Samantha and Tara enter the bodega and Ghostface is there about to make an attack. So with that being said, the caption reads, "Looks like we have a spill. Clean up on aisle 1 and 19. Gonna need a mop and body bag." Now, the thing to obviously key in here is the numbers 1 and 19. That signals that the official trailer, at least in my opinion, could possibly be released on the 19th of January. I had said in a previous video that I thought that the trailer would be released on the 10th of January, being that that would mark exactly 2 months to the day that the movie is supposed to be released, and it would be a nice little nod to the fact that Radio Silence's Scream 6 is actually their version of Scream 2, and obviously a nice little nod to the original Scream 2 by Wes Craven. But apparently, well, obviously that did not happen, and it seems via this post in this caption here on Twitter that we could potentially be getting the trailer released on the 19th of January. Now, another thing that I take from this caption is as well, and I think a lot of people are kind of missing out on it to some degree, is that this could also potentially be a spoiler that we are going to see 2 people killed in this bodega scene. And I as soon as I saw this caption, outside of the whole thinking of the numbers about, possibly that's the day the trailer will be released, I also thought that, maybe in aisle 1 and aisle 19, if there is that many aisles in this store, maybe they could be teasing or subtly revealing and spoiling that there will be 2 deaths in this scene at the bodega. So again, guys, that is just my opinion. That's obviously not, clarification. That is just my speculation on that. But that's what I took from this Twitter post from Scream official Twitter page. And I definitely think that it's not impossible that we could see 2 people get killed at the bodega scene. And I also think that we definitely will get the trailer released on the 19th of this month. Fingers crossed, hopefully it comes out sooner rather than later. I am ready for this bad boy, as I'm sure a lot of you are as well. But okay, everyone, that is it for this video. Leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts on Kevin Williamson's comments to Sci-Fi Wire, as well as let me know your thoughts on this shot that we got from Scream's official Twitter page with that caption, and let me know, do you think that the trailer will be released on the 19th of January, as well as let me know, do you think that there is a possibility that we could see 2 deaths at the bodega scene in Scream 6? Once again, this is I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. Thank you all for watching.